Everyone to City of Albany Industrial Development Agency regular board meeting for today. My name is Darius Shandbar. I am the treasurer of the IDA and acting chair for today. First order of business, as usual, we do have a quorum. The Stallback and Fitzpatrick not with us today. First order of business, as always, I call for a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and accept them as presented. They haven't been previously distributed. Motion. So moved. All right, second. Second. All right, all in favor? Aye. All right. On to next, the chief financial officer financial report.
Thank you, Chair. Beginning on page 4, we'll be stepping through these schedules as of April 2025. There is a cash position report and a fee schedule report. Both as of April month end. Year-to-date revenue, approximately $99.6 thousand against year-to-date expenses, approximately $35,000. Should be noted that the budget somewhat seasonal and doesn't represent necessarily the month-to-month activity as we finished. 95% of the project activity and associated fee revenue will occur between May and September. So we expect a busy next 6 months. Should be noted that accounts receivable is current, one outstanding. We are in communication with that particular client. Expect to have it resolved. Going on to the fee detail by the month. Again, as of April month end, relative to the improved budget, we are 1.9% positive. And we expect that trend to continue as the projects continue to close throughout the year. Should be noted that there were no anomalous revenue or expense items, and every effort has been made to minimize any extraneous expense and focusing on maximizing our bank accounts operating relationships. That's the minutes of April.
Thank you. I should take all set.
Yes.
Which one's the North Cape Landing project? Let's give it John.
That's 500 Northern Boulevard.
Oh, sorry.
And
Hill Hotel.
I believe Chris, Northgate, 500 Northern Boulevard, you guys are working through that closing process now.
Yes. That's over red carpet.
Yes, correct.
All right. Next order of business, seeing that there is no unfinished business, is new business. This is a public hearing resolution we have on the road today, FD 107 work has been already.
I think before we move ahead with the resolution, there's been a request to have an executive session.
I think if there's any questions, we do have Mr. Zimmerman here representing the applicant. Just as a refresher, we introduced this project at the Finance Committee, and it involves the request for sales tax exemption for the materials going into the renovation of the Hilton Hotel. So if there's any questions in open session, if not, we'd like to go into an exempt session, a board-only session to discuss the finances of the corporation.
Okay. I do have one question. Albany Hilton staff is unionized still? Yes. Is that everybody or?
I think there, obviously the executive committee is not, but the house staff is we've got engaged as well. So
That's the only question I had for open, so I'd ask for a motion to move into exempt session. So moved. Second. All right, all in favor? Aye. Favor?
Aye.
Go to third.
During agency update,
Yeah.
we're gonna do two separate, yes, it's.
Fun day.
Maria's gonna have some minutes. Yeah, yeah, I know.
Just giving you notes.
All right. All set.
Oh, yes, all set.
And we are back. We discussed as an exempt session. Finances of corporation, no action was taken. And we will move on to our next item on our agenda, Clinton Avenue Apartment.
Sorry,
Yep.
resolution, public hearing resolution.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, we gotta do
Oh,
the
well,
resolution.
thank you. So I would ask for a motion on what we were here to do, the public hearing resolution, ask for a positive motion for recommendation. Or positive motion on the public hearing resolution. So move, Tony, second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We will see you for the public hearing resolution.
And I'm going to abstain, just for the record, as I have direct dealings right now with, AFP 107. I will be abstaining from the vote.
Great. All right,
Thank you.
next order of business, as I was saying earlier, Clinton Avenue Apartments 2, for resolution approving the extension of construction. That's,
Okay, sure. So the next two items, starting with the request at hand from Clinton Ave Apartments 2 are administrative in nature, neither of which is requesting any additional financial assistance. So as you may recall, this is the Clinton Ave Apartments 2 is the second phase of the Clinton Ave revitalization, closed with the agency in 2003. It was originally approved in 2021, during which point the labor and materials market skyrocketed, so it took some time for them to pull in additional financing and get underway. They have been underway, however, they've, as illustrated in their request letter, there has been some delays with construction, and they are requesting an extension of the construction loan prior to converting to the permanent loan, and therefore they need the IDA's consent. Again, we are not consenting to any additional or amended financial assistance, simply just the extension of that loan and the consent that they need from us as being title.
Yeah, and the only thing I would add is, since they're not getting additional financial assistance, no new public hearing was required, so. For the administrative.
so how long do you think extension for?
Looks like it's through March 2026. And that's at least when they're planning to convert to the permanent finance, right? So.
All right. Any questions, anybody? All right, and I would ask for a positive, as for motion to approve the resolution, extending the construction loan to put down the apartments to. So moved. Second, John. Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. On to next. That is AI Nexus Corporation Resolution authorizing refinancing.
Excellent. So this project is an older one, and actually I believe would be rolling off based on the term of the lease agreement and the pilot agreement in the next year or two. It is, I believe, 138 State Street. It was part of the Wellington Row revitalization. It is the offices of AI Nexus. They are looking to refinance the current loan. They're going to need first position lender, and similarly, they need the IDA's consent. There is not a request for any additional financial assistance based on this request.
All right. Any questions on this? Further discussion? And ask for a motion to authorize refinancing for Aon Nexus Corporation project. The motion. So moved. Second. That's good, all right. All those in favor? Aye. All right. So next we have agency update under other business.
I will start with a quick update. Hopefully you all saw that Capitol Albany released the RFP for redevelopment for Liberty Park yesterday. So that's live. We're getting good press on that so far. Capitol Albany has CBRE Upstate representing them, and it's a 90-day response period. So, getting hopefully gonna get good interest on that site. And thank you once again to the IDA, to the role that this board played in obtaining site assemblage there, and an update there. It's public, so no concern here, but PSC, the other party on the litigation, did request their second extension, so it's just a standard part of the process. They're seeking their extension on their opposing brief for the appeal process, so it's moving along.
Great.
And then I think for the first subject under agency update, we would request an executive session for the finances of a particular corporation. So
I think the finances in a particular corporation and also potential litigation.
Correct.
Location would be. All right, so we have a motion to go into executive session. Move, right?
Second?
No, here, or,
I think lead already.
oh, we, okay, all right. All those in favor?
We're done.
So we're coming back in and we're gonna go back into, I'm sorry, we're coming back out. I'm gonna go back into another executive session. You can hang out there, but we're in open session right now, or we'll basically leave the door open for a moment.
Yeah.
Because you might wanna get this. All right, all set?
So we're back in open.
Yeah, we're back in.
Okay, so we are back in open session from executive session. No vote was taken by the board. However, we did direct council to send a letter of default to the corporation.
Got it.
All right. So we're back in session, and I think we now are going to have to go into executive session for another issue and
Correct, that would be to discuss the,
Potential appointment or employment of individuals or organizations, right?
correct.
oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
We need a motion to go back into executive session.
So your motion. So moved. Second.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
And for the record, council is gonna
Yep.
recuse themselves from this discussion.
And I'll come back. I got the documents to sign, so I'll come back. when the
Sure.
folks are done.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yep, yep.
Cold mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot intentions.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's go, good to go.
Okay.
Mhm.
We are back from executive session where we discussed RFP for
Legal
legal
services.
services, right? No action was taken. So the last order of business today is a compliance update.
Yes, thank you. So as this board knows, we submitted our clearance reporting back in March. We did receive an inquiry this week from the Office of the State Comptroller with several questions regarding our submission. We started review. Overall, it looks fairly straightforward, but we'll be reviewing that in the next month and preparing an official response for them.
And this happens annually, so it's not unexpected or not standard.
What sort of questions?
Several of them on the list were just inquiries about whether a project had closed. Obviously with the reevaluation, some of the pilot payments do have pretty big discrepancies from last year to this year. So some of the questions were in regards to that, which we did check thoroughly on the front end, because we expected that there would be inquiries related to that.
I can't remember specifically, but I was coming off the list and they're paying, I don't know, Pascal. They paid less than last year or more than last year? I can't remember offhand.
We saw a mix
Okay.
because, some of the assessment values did go up pretty significantly,
right.
but the tax rate went down. So I misspoke. In terms of what the payment would have been without a pilot, changed quite a bit.
Yeah,
From the-
it was assessment based.
Yeah.
A lot of it's assessment based. Yeah, I also actually had a conversation with the library yesterday, the financial officer, they had similar questions and discussing.
Mhm.
That this way it works year to year.
Yeah.
So. All right. Any other questions? Anything else to? Come up? All right, so I hear a motion to adjourn. So moved. Second. All those in favor? Great. You said adjourn.